Hello everybody, welcome to Bad Big Games, where we talk about all things PlayStation and games. I'm your host Joseph, and today we're going to answer a simple question. Should you buy the Astro A10s or not? So with all that said, with all that out of the way, Future Joe, start the show. So usually when you think of Astro, you're thinking of those huge, expensive headsets that usually are in the range of $200 to $300. Like, Astro has always been around, and they've always been known for those premium luxury-like items like the A50s. Astro is a huge force in the video game market, especially when it comes to these headsets. They've made a name for themselves when it comes to their quality, and definitely when it comes to their price tag. But now, over the past few years, you started to see them move into different avenues. And now they came out with these Astro A10s to compete with the more mid-range $50 to $100 price tag headsets, to compete with the likes of people like Turtle Beaches. So let's see if these bad boys live up to the name, and let's start to talk about my thoughts walking in. So first things first, this is not a sponsored video. There is no use a bad bit link down below to buy yourself one of these headsets type of nonsense. This is just my honest to God impressions of these headphones. And walking into it, I hear nothing but great things. People who own these genuinely have told me that they love the experiences with these headsets, and Astro likes to brag that the same hardware used in these headphones, the same speakers that are in this headphone, are in their premium A40s and A50s. So walking in, my expectations are pretty high because I own a pair of A50s, and the hardware and the unit itself is a pretty damn solid headset. But I'm also walking away from these Plantronic rigs, which I love so very much. They're so lightweight, they don't feel like they're there on your head just mounting on top of you. I use this when I'm podcasting. That's the sole reason why I got these Astros to begin with. So to me, they have a big reputation to fill, a big void to fill in my headset life. But with that, what comes in the box? Well, it comes with this headset, and with the power of editing, you get a really long wire, and that's about it. It's simple. You just plug this into the controller and you're good to go. Even if you own another console, by the way, if you own a Switch or you own an Xbox One, anything, you plug this into your phone, it'll work. And also the mic will work as well. I use this headset on my PlayStation 4, my Switch, and my Xbox One. It works completely fine. So with that, the build quality of these things, I have to tell you something. Astro's onto something, because this headset feels premium even for the price tag. Yes, it is made completely out of plastic, but it's not cheap. This thing feels like a solid piece of tech. And just like my rigs, where they kind of feel like they have some soft points where if this lands wrong, it's going to break in half, these things are totally what seem to be indestructible. You could damage these things. These things could take bumps and it's going to last. The stretchiness, usually this part of the headset, and this as well, usually you're the flimsiest one. You break it if it falls on the floor, if it makes like a 2-foot drop, these things are done. These things right here, this headset has taken so many drops over the past 2 months of me owning this thing, and it is still working rather well. You just saw, I just did that. I'm confident it's not gonna break, and it fits on my fat head perfectly fine. If you're part of the big fat head society, like yourself truly, I'm a card carrying member, these headsets are perfect for you. Now let's talk about the design for a moment here, because this is another thing that I give high praise to the Astro A10s. These things don't just feel premium, but they also look it. And it's crazy because this isn't all plastic design, but it looks like a serious old man headset. I don't want a headset that's white, green accents, lights up, and all that bullcrap. I just want something simple that makes me look less of an idiot while I'm playing my games. And this looks the part. This looks like a serious headphone. There is no buttons in the back, and that's the one thing that I hated the PlayStation Gold wireless headsets, is all the buttons in the back. It kind of got confusing. It was like your first time back there. You don't know what's going on. You had your mute button so close to the volume rocker, to your surround sound. It was complicated. Here, it's really simple. On the wire itself, you get an audio rocker, which makes it so that you can higher the volume or lower it, which is really awesome because a lot of these headsets around the $50 to $60 price range don't have an audio rocker, or they have them on top of your headset. And again, it gets confusing because I'm old and technology scares me. And then to make your voice talk, to make it so that you're communicating with your team, you just have your mic down here and you're talking to your teammate. If you want to mute something because your mom's yelling in the background, you need to tell that woman, hey, listen, stay in your lane, pal. You just flip it up, and then you get to abuse your family members the way God intended it to happen. Please be nice to your parents, kids. Don't be. Your mother cares. Okay, your mother cares. But it's awesome because that's one feature that I loved with the Plantronic rigs was that you can just hear, bam, you turn it down, there, everybody can hear you. You flip it back up. It's easy. It's something you can never forget to do. But sometimes, yes, you forget that, because you're old and you're turning senile before the age of 30, that your headset's up here and then you're talking to your team. You're like, why can't anybody hear me? And then you come to the realization that you're mortal and that all things end. All things end. So at the end of the day, the build quality, the functionality of this headset, awesome. And even when it comes to the sound of these bad boys, the drivers inside, when Astro says, and it's not just a gimmick, that these drivers are the same that are in the A40s and A50s, they mean it. This thing sounds like a lower end A50. It sounds like an A50 if you turned off the surround sound. If you didn't have the Bluetooth, it sounds just like an A50 does. And that's crazy because this thing is $60. Now, at the end of the day, though, these headsets, they're still very bass heavy because they want to make you hear all the explosions, the kickback, the crunches of the snow or any ground that's coming in front of you. But with that, don't expect this to plug into your phone and go, oh my God, I'm getting the best music clarity. That's not what these headsets are used for. They're used for you to hear all the bassy explosions and gunshots. And with that, these headsets, great directional awareness. You'll know where a shot is coming from, whether it's the left side, right side, almost pinpoint directional where the shots are coming from. It's impressive. I'm impressed. Now, though I've been singing its praises, there is one major flaw to this headset, and that is that the mic to the headset is just god awful. You might be wondering yourself right now, Joe, why do you sound like a United Flight's airline attendant right before they kick your ass out of the plane, literally and metaphorically? That's because I've been using this microphone to tell you guys, yeah, I've deceived you. This mic isn't very good. Hard edit. I'm sorry, AKG P420 YOLO Blaze It. Let's never fight again. Yeah, that was the mic you just heard earlier. It's not very good. You're going to have to go into the PlayStation settings and you're going to have to figure out what sound works for you because your friends will either barely hear you or hear you way too much. I could even hear myself back during that recording. I was clipping so much. It's horrendous. The microphone isn't that great. Now, yes, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt that most of the mics on your gaming headsets, they suck anyway, but even at the price range, there are better mics out there, including this one, yours truly, the Rig 500. These are going to sound way better than these headsets right here. So it is a pretty big downside nonetheless. So with all that said, with all that out of the way, I'm going to answer that question that I asked in the beginning of the video. Should you buy the Astro A10s? And I'm going to have to say it's a resounding yes. Again, we're not sponsored by Astro. I think they have pretty good products. I don't think they have the best, but when it comes to the mid-range headset, I actually think it just might because of that build quality, because of the simplicity, because it's so comfortable on my fat head. Look at this. Fat heads unite. It feels great. It sounds great. The only downside is this mic, but everything else, it offers a really good package at a very good price.
That's what she said.
So at the end of the day, I can't find many headsets in the price range that are all around better than this headset. And I can't find any headset that are better than this without going over $100. So to me, is this worth it? Should you buy it? Abso-fucking-lutely. So with that said, that is my first should you buy for 2019. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, could you hit a like, share, subscribe, would you kindly, because it helps me out, shows me that you care, builds this big beautiful family that I call home. Here at Bad Big Games, we talk about all things PlayStation. So if you like this video, if you like news, impressions, reviews, a podcast called The Trophy Room, a podcast made by the players for the players each and every Thursday, then please hit like, share, subscribe. All that said, with all that out of the way, keep your wits about you and have a nice one.